Hey guys, it's Mrs. Ashley, and today I'm going to show you how to divide fractions. Yes, I said fractions and division in the same sentence. Chances are, if you ask your parents for help, they might be a little stumped because when you type a fraction into a calculator, the answer, or the quotient as we call it, will be a decimal. And you know that we want the quotient to be a fraction when we're dividing two fractions. There's a chance maybe your mom or dad can remember way back to when they were in school and will say something like, I think you turn one upside down and then you multiply, and well, while that may work, you probably have no idea why, and neither do they. You may also be wondering, why is it that when we divide two fractions, the quotient is a larger number than the dividend, but if we divide two whole numbers, the quotient is a smaller number than the dividend? Well, I'm going to use the area model to show you how to divide two fractions, and you'll be able to see why the quotient will always be larger than the dividend when dividing two fractions. Here we go. Okay guys, so we're going to be using area models, and I know you guys remember this from when we did addition of fractions, subtraction of fractions, and multiplication of fractions, but today we're going to use the area model to show how to divide two fractions. So, in the first problem, we're going to take the dividend, which is 3/4, and divide it by the divisor, which is 1/3, using an area model. First, we want to draw lines to create a model that shows 3/4. To do this, we're simply going to draw some vertical lines here to divide this vertically into 4 equal parts. And then we're going to shade 3 of those parts so that that will represent 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next on the 1/3 model, we need to divide that horizontally into 3 parts. Let me make that black be a little bit easier to see. And we're going to pretend that these are all totally straight equal parts there. And then we need to shade in one of these thirds here. There we go. So that is a model of 1/3. Now that we have the models that show 3/4 and 1/3, we need to find out how many 1/3s are in a 3/4 model. Since our models don't have similar sized parts, we need to create a model that shows both the thirds and the fourths. To do this, on the 3/4 model, we are going to draw lines horizontally, dividing it horizontally into 3 equal parts. And on the 1/3 model, we're going to draw vertical lines, dividing this vertically into 4 equal parts. Now that we've done that, you can see that the parts of each model are all relatively the same size. So next, to divide the 3/4 model by 1/3, we need to look at how many parts are in the 1/3 model. So if we just count, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts in the 1/3 model. So we are going to take a look at the 3/4 model and see how many times those 4 parts will fit into that model. So let's say we've got, let me make this line a little bit thicker, be a little easier for you guys to see. There's a section that has 4 parts. So there's 1. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts here. So that's 2. So we have 2 whole. And then there's 1 little part here left, and that will be 1/4. So the answer to 3/4 divided by 1/3 equals 2 1/4. I hope this video not only made it easier for you to divide fractions, but also let you see what it means to actually divide two fractions together and why your quotient is a larger number than the dividend.